Good morning, welcome to Planet Mojo. Today we're going to be working on the drywall again. First thing I need to do is move the ledger board over, then I can get all my measurements. This one, I believe it just comes right up to the window, but it has that opening for the mini split there and an outlet, and then the next one just has this big old window in it. These side ones here are a different story. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do it, but as soon as I figure it out, I'll let you know. Alright, let's move this and get this first panel measured up. Okay, I got this all measured out and it's real close. That outlet and this outlet are real close to each other. And basically all I do is I measured from this panel over and I allowed for 1/8 of an inch of clearance on both sides. And then when I go to cut it on the panel, I'm going to measure off of this edge. And I put the tape measure on this. I guess I do. I put the tape measure on the back of this shim, which is 1/4 inch thick. And that's how I got these two dimensions. And again, they're about 1/8 of an inch clear of the box. On this, just measured over and then measured down from the top right to the center. And I'm going to put like a 7/8 inch hole there. And then at some point, I'm going to take a roto zip and clear that out. And I think I'll leave it closed up like that for the winter or until we install the mini split. Alright, so I just got to get the horses set up, get a panel on it, and get cutting. Okay, got one in and it's pretty much perfect. I decided to go with a little 1/8 inch hole. Why drill a bigger hole and have that much more of an air leak or a potential air leak? That should do just fine. I just got to make sure I don't mud over that later. I think I'm going to put a screw in there and possibly a little sticky note. Alright, on this next part, I got to move the ledger over, get that nail out of there. But I'm going to leave about 1 inch around the edges of the window, and then I'm going to saw that with a drywall saw. I don't have a roto zip. I'm going to use a router on that. If I had a roto zip, I would just roto zip this. I could use a router on this as well, but I don't have a vacuum attachment, and that would just make the place filthy, so I'll just saw it. On this side, we have a joint right here, and the depressed part of the drywall is about 2.5 inches. So I'm going to leave about 4 inches. This just needs to be smoothed flush once the taping happens, because this is going to get molding on it anyways. And if you build up a lot of stuff, it makes it hard to get the molding on. But if it's dented in like this, it's real hard to get the molding on as well. So I'll leave that 4 inches. We'll just get this flush. Then I'll trim it off, and then we can get the molding on there. All right, I'm gonna move this over and get the next piece in, and then we'll figure out what to do with these walls. Okay, really nice. I gotta go find my drywall saw so I can flush this up, but it could stay like it is for now. All right, this next piece, I have to get my belt sander and flush this up a little bit. I'm gonna go at a slight angle and then the entire height of this and just taper that in so the next one doesn't have a lump or anything right there. It's not going to take much, but it will take a bit. Then I got to move the ledger, of course, and I have an outlet there. With these, this center, this mull is not going to be covered with drywall. So the drywall in the end will be cut flush with this window. So what I'm going to do, that is not 4 feet from here to the corner, so I got to trim one edge like I've done on both these side ones, and I need to have it end right in the middle of this, and then I'll cut the window out again after I'm done, get this nice and tight up to the ceiling, tight to the wall, screwed in real tight, and then cut that window out, and then from there on in it's just going to be separate pieces on the top and bottom. That's what I got to figure out, how much more drywall it's going to take. yeah, this is another subject back here. We'll get into that a bit later. So I believe that's going to take up the rest of the day. It's already pushing 1 o'clock, and I'm going to have some lunch, so we'll see how much time is left. That one right there is going to require a bit more grinding, and I also have to put some hurricane straps in these, and I got to get this bottom edge cleaned up really well, the concrete and the wood, and then that's going to get this on it. This is liquid flashing from the zip system. I'm going to get a good bead of that all the way around the room. That should seal things up real nice and tight. So I'm going to have lunch real quick. I'm going to bring the belt sander over here. I probably can get that belt sanded today. Then I'll get a sheet of drywall up on the horses, get all my measurements, get that laid out. I'm going to get as much done today as I can and hit the ground running tomorrow. Okay, I thought about this during lunch, and what I'm going to do, see, this is where my joint wants to be, right like this. So you want a half a panel right here, and then, like I said on this one, that causes problems with the window. So what I'm going to do, instead of putting that big panel in here and having it go around the window like that, I'm going to put 2 short ones in, one on this side and one on that side, and end them right here. But when I get to the window, I'm going to go over and leave a 2-inch notch right there, because all of these are going to get a 2-inch mull attached to the face of them. So I'll just do it on the side as well. That way I won't have to worry about this taper at this edge here. And then my panel will come across right here and then go up. So then there'll just be a small chunk of the special drywall right here. And this is 31 inches. So I'll just put, I can get 3 out of a sheet. So I'll just put full sheets, or not full sheets, but 31-inch sheets all the way across here. Makes a lot more sense. I'll get rid of that joint. It'll be a lot easier to install, and I won't even have to mess with cutting out this window. So that's what I'm going to do. I ran over to the shed, which you can see it's kind of a mess in here from the snow. I found my belt sander, but I didn't even notice that it didn't have the bag on. I'm going to have to go back there and look for it. I also have to get another jug. I brought the big one over. Now I have to get a 1-gallon one. I have to rack the wine, which is transferred from the bottles that they're in, into a nice fresh clean bottle for bulk aging. I'm going to be doing that probably tomorrow, maybe the day after or something. And what else did I need to do? Oh, I got to bring the shop vac down here. It is a drywall vac, so it'll get all this stuff up, and it's not going to put it back into the air. It's got a double filter, which is really nice. So I really don't know. I believe I'm going to throw one of these on the horses and get both sides marked and ready to go. I might cut them as well and kind of get everything ready for tomorrow. So let me get that done. All right, I went across the street and picked up my 1-gallon jug and looked for about a half hour for the bag for that belt sander, and I could not find it anywhere. My guess is that it's in a box from when I was working with that over here when we built the frame for this. So it probably got put in a box and then run across the street, and it's probably in a box somewhere. So I'm sure I'll find it when we dig through all that stuff, which is going to come up real quick. But for now, I just don't have the time to do that. And I'm not taking off a huge amount of material. So in the morning, I'm going to set up the ladder and I'm going to get that ground down. And I do believe it'll be warm enough to open the doors and put a fan in the door just to get some of that sawdust out of the air. And I think I'll do that one as well right away. Let the place clear out, and then I'll get back at it in the morning. So I'll be taking this edge and putting it on there, and this edge and putting it on there. And then I'll be taking that panel and then dicing it up for this upper part right here. And then once I'm done with that, I can take stock and figure out how many panels I need to finish up, including the panels for room 13. It'll be mostly the moisture resistant or fungus resistant drywall that I'll be putting in. All right then, that's it for me for today. So if you want to see this stuff go up, make sure you subscribe and click on the update icon. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you put them in the comment section below. And if you share the video and or give it a like, it helps the channel out greatly. Thanks for watching and have a great day.